support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Jackrabbit fans, welcome back to the Summit League Tournament. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports, reporting from the Denny Sanford Premier Center in Sioux Falls for day number 2 of our coverage of the Summit League Basketball Tournament. We're here for the men's game today, where the Jackrabbits will be taking on the University of North Dakota Fighting Hawks in just a couple of moments. Right before this, an amazing game took place here in Sioux Falls. The University of South Dakota was able to upset NDSU 85-84, coming down to the final seconds of that game, where it came down to just a foul at the end. North Dakota State was able to rally and hit a three-pointer with just a second on the clock, and USD able to inbound and keep it away from the Bison for the win. Again, the Coyotes able to defeat the Bison 85-84 in that one. Now the South Dakota State University Jackrabbits going to be taking on the University of North Dakota, the Fighting Hawks, here tonight in this number 3 seed versus number 6 seed matchup. The Jacks taking the higher seed, of course. Just seconds away from tip-off, about to get the starting lineup here for the Jackrabbits as well. On the women's side of things, earlier today, the University of North Dakota defeated St. Thomas in an upset 80-67, and Kansas City was able to defeat North Dakota State in an upset as well, 68-58. Both those teams will move on in the women's bracket, and South Dakota State will be playing against North Dakota on Saturday, March 8th at 12 p.m. We'll have it for you here on Collegiate Sports. About to get the starting lineups here for the Jackrabbits. The starting lineup for UND was just announced. Starting for the Fighting Hawks, guard number 2, Eli King. Guard number 3, Meyer Panoam. Guard number 52, Trayson Eaglestaff. Forward number 21, Mamboro Mara. And center number 9, Amar Kulahovic. About to get the starting 5 for your Jackrabbits. Should be a pretty good game. Looking back, the Jackrabbits were able to defeat North Dakota the first time they met on January 6th. That was in Brookings. The Jacks having a very good record in Brookings this season. They defeated the Fighting Hawks 109-73. But later in the season, when they traveled to Grand Forks, the Jackrabbits ran into trouble against the Fighting Hawks on February 1st. They lost that game 80-75 to the team in green. So we'll see. Anything could happen here. Dropped 1 and 1-1 to the Fighting Hawks earlier this season. The Jackrabbits looking to have a victory here tonight. The starting lineup now being announced for the Jackrabbits. First, down the chute for South Dakota State, it's guard number 3, Joe Saylor. Saylor is 6'3", redshirt freshman from White River, South Dakota. Second, for the Jackrabbits, guard 6'3", sophomore from Dispet, South Dakota, number 10, Kaylin Gary. Next down the chute for the Jacks, guard 6 foot freshman from Bellevue, Nebraska, number 14, Jaden Jackson. Fourth down the chute for your Jacks, it's going to be forward, 6'7", junior from Yankton, South Dakota, number 11, Matthew Morse. And last, but certainly not least, the star of this Jackrabbit men's team, center 6'11", senior from Sunshine Coast, Australia, number 45, Oscar Clough. Interested to see what Oscar can do here tonight in tournament action. He's had a very successful season, leading all of D1 programs in double-doubles, as well as many, many rebounds per game for Oscar. Excited to see what he does here in the Summit League, as he is a senior this year. And again, the crowd very blue and yellow here in Sioux Falls. A small pocket of green out there supporting North Dakota. Headed to the center of the court to tip this one off. 20 minutes go onto the clock for the first half. It's Oscar Clough facing off against Maramboro Mara. Jump ball is up. Clough gets a finger on it. A stoppage right away here. I don't know what this is for. Ref on the far side didn't like something. Yes, ticked 2 seconds off, now showing the clock with 19:58. So 2 seconds elapsed there. Right away a stoppage. And Matthew Morse will inbound for the Jacks. Inbounds to Joe Seiler. Seiler to Jackson. Back to Seiler, back to Jackson. Here's Kalen Gary inside pass for Oscar Clough. He can't hold on to it. Clough tries to get the steal away, and it's no dice there. North Dakota now, after the turnover, has the basketball. UND passing around. It's Amar Kuhulivat. Step back three, shot from Trayson Eaglestaff is good, and the Fighting Hawks are on the board first. It's 3-0. The Jackrabbits at a deficit right away here. It's 19:22 remaining in the first half. With the basketball, Joe Saylor moving inside. Jump shot swatted out of the air, that time by Mara and the Fighting Hawks. With the basketball now, a jump shot again from Eaglestaff. That one rims off, no good. Moores gets the board that time. Headed the other way, it's the Jackrabbits' Kalen Gary on the far side. Pass to Moores at center. Inside, Oscar Clough fighting for two. Clough gets that basket. Jackrabbits finally on the board with the help of Clough. It's 3-2. The Jacks down by one. 18:44 remaining in the first half. With the basketball now, it's Eli King. Pass to his right. That's Amar Kuhulivat. Here to Eaglestaff. Back to King. Here Kuhulivat. And he's on the court. There's going to be a foul here. Matthew Moores, who usually plays a pretty clean game, he picks up a foul. That's the first foul of the game. Inbounding now for the Fighting Hawks, it will be Meyer Panome. Panome with the inbound, gets to King. King shoots a corner three, no good. Rimmed off to Jaden Jackson. Jackson headed the other way. Center three-point line for Jackson. Step back three. No, that's off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Eli King here, and the Fighting Hawks headed the other way on the far side. King towards the center. Inside the paint now. Passes out to Panome. Panome with it against Jaden Jackson. Panome against the defender. Underneath the basket and up for two. That's no good. Matthew Morse gets up and grabs that one down. Keeps it in bounds and passes it to Kalen Gary. Excellent awareness there by Morse. Three-point shot, Jaden Jackson, no good, rimmed off. Rebounded that time by Eaglestaff and the Fighting Hawks. Eaglestaff with it. Headed inside the paint, passing outside now. Up for two, that's Amar Kuhulivat. Kuhulivat able to get points on that toss. It's 5-2, the Jacks down by three. 17:30 remain in the first half. Matthew Morse, pass outside, Joe Seiler. Seiler inside for Oscar Clough. Clough working against a defender. He's outside the paint, and there's going to be a foul. And it looks like it's coming up. Mambrua Mara picks up the foul there for the Fighting Hawks. First foul of the half for North Dakota. It's still 5-2. The Jacks down by 3, 17-23 remaining in the first half. Oscar Clough with it, trying to get inside the paint. Oscar getting double teamed now, moving inside for 2. Clough, and it rolls off the rim, no good. 17-11 remains in the first half. It's still 5-2. Here comes Eaglestaff inside, passing out now to his teammate King. King is outside the three-point line, looks to his right side. There is Kahuljevic. Kahuljevic up for 2. He gets 2 chances and it won't get it. Rebounded that time by the Fighting Hawks. Here comes a three-pointer sent in by Mara, and Mara can't get it done. Foul that time on Eli King. That's the second team foul for the Fighting Hawks. It's still 5-2. 16:51 remains in the first half. The Jackrabbits are down by 3. Matthew Moores looks to inbound here after the stoppage. Moores, we're just waiting here for Oscar had to retie his shoe. But Moores inbounds here to Joe Seiler. Seiler on the far side, moving up the court, past half court now. Center three-point line, Seiler quick inside. Bounce out to Matthew Moores. Matthew Moores spin move, back to Seiler. Seiler's outside the three-point line in center. Trying to move to his right side now. Seiler back to Kalen Gary. Gary's outside the 3, inside the paint now. Gary fadeaway for 2. Kalen Gary, a beautiful shot. 5-4 after the shot by Gary. The Jacks down by 1. It's 16:20 remaining in the first half. With the basketball now, it's Deng Mayer. Mayer gives to Amar Kahuljevic and the Fighting Hawks. Move inside the paint. Kahuljevic off the glass, no good. Rebound by Kalen Gary. Gary up the near side. Passing half court now. Gary for 3. That's an air ball by Gary. Went out of bounds with 16:01 remaining in the first half. The Fighting Hawks still lead us. It's 5-4. Substitutions being made for the Jackrabbits entering the game for the yellow and blue. It's Stoney Hadnot and Isaac Lindsay, the senior. Checking out of the game for the Jacks, Matthew Moores and Jaden Jackson. Headed up the court, it's the Fighting Hawks. It's Meyer Panome. Panome pass to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff back Deng Mayer. Mayer is at center. Back to Eaglestaff. Here to his right, Mayer shooting for 3. No good off the rim. Rebound by Kalen Gary. Gary up the far side. Gary's outside the three-point line. Now passing inside to Wilkinson. Wilkinson back to Gary shooting for 3. No good. Gary can't make that one. Fighting Hawks now with the basketball. It's Eli King. The Jackrabbits are currently 0 for 4 on three-pointers. The Fighting Hawks moving in. That ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Fighting Hawks. We're going to have a stoppage here. 15-14 remains in the first half. It's 5-4. The Fighting Hawks on top. We'll be right back after the break on Collegiate Sports.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brooklyn, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back. Jackrabbit fans, to the Summit League tournament here in Sioux Falls in the Denny Sanford Premier Center. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports. Happy to have you here with me on this beautiful Friday afternoon. North Dakota currently leads this one with 15-14 remaining in the first half. They lead it 5-4. The Jacks need to get something going here. There hasn't been a lot of scoring throughout this entire first half so far. The Fighting Hawks are 0 points for the last 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Media timeout comes to a close. Looking to inbound here, it's the Jackrabbits and Stony Hadnot. Gets it into Joe Seiler. Seiler up the near side, past Stony Hadnot. Pass to Gary on the left side. Gary quick inside the three-point line now. Looking to the basket. Up for two. Takes a good bounce for Kalen Gary. That's his 4th point of the game. And the Jackrabbits take the lead with that one. It's 6-5. Jacks up by 1 with 14:51 remaining in the first half. With the basketball now, it's King for the Fighting Hawks. Inside the paint quickly, bouncing outside now for Meyer. Meyer over to Eaglestaff, shooting for 3. Eaglestaff, that's good for the Fighting Hawks. It's 8-6 now as the lead changes. Fighting Hawks up by 2, taking it to the rim now. Isaac Lindsay up for 2, no good. Wilkinson with the assist up and good. He finishes that one off. It's 8-8 now, tied up with 14:22 remaining in the first half. With the basketball now, it's Meyer Panome. Panome gives to Eli King. King quick inside for Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff quick to the rim, able to get that one in. Eaglestaff now with 8 points through the beginning of this one, and accounts for the majority of the Fighting Hawks points. It's 10-8. The Fighting Hawks on top. 14 minutes remain in the first half. Stony had not taken it inside and loses control of the basketball, tries to shoot it, and it's no good. A whistle stops play. Goes out of bounds. The Fighting Hawks will inbound. Jaden Jackson subs into the game for the Jackrabbits. Joe Seiler heads to the bench. Looking to inbound now, it is Darius Woodson for the Fighting Hawks. Woodson into Eaglestaff. Watch out for him. He's a shooter. He's got 8 points so far. Here's Woodson. Woodson bounce past Eaglestaff on the near side outside the three-point line. Shooting for 3, Eaglestaff. That one's no good, off the front of the rim. Rebound by Stony Hadnot. Hadnot quick the other way. Gives to Kalen Gary on the right side. Gary quick inside, step back outside the three-point line, moves inside, finds space underneath the basket. Kalen Gary does it all. 6 points of the night for Gary, and it's tied up at 10 apiece with 13:22 remaining in the first half of the Summit League tournament. Here's Eli King, pass to the right side, and there's going to be a whistle. It's a travel here on Dang Meyer. The Jackrabbits will inbound here. Matthew Moores headed to the sideline. Will inbound to Jaden Jackson. Jackson with the basketball, heading forward here, give to Stony Hadnot. Hadnot to Moores. Moores to Jackson. Jackson looking to Lindsay. Jackson outside the three-point line with the basketball, moving quick inside now. Jackson pass out to Moores. Moores for 3. That's wide left, an air ball from Moores. Rebound by Hadnot. The Jackrabbits still in possession. 10 seconds on the shot clock. It didn't touch the rim. Oscar Clough with the basketball. Back outside, Lindsay. Lindsay needs to shoot it. It's up a fadeaway. Lindsay for a deep 2 fadeaway. The senior scores here, his first points of the night in Sioux Falls. It's 12-10. The Jacks take the lead of 2. 12 minutes, 37 seconds remain in the first half. And it's Eaglestaff, quick the other way, taken away by Hadnot and Jaden Jackson with the basketball now for the Jackrabbits. Quick inside, Hadnot. Pushing against the defender, looks to Clough. Clough's outside the three-point line. Clough dancing inside now. Clough looking for option, give to Jaden Jackson. 14 on the shot clock. Jackson on the left side. Jackson moves to the right. Spin move for Jackson. Give to Oscar Clough. 7 seconds on the shot clock now. Clough not looking to the rim. He's getting double teamed. Pass out to Jackson. Jackson for 3. That's off the rim, no good. Moores with the rebound, leaping up there. Moores able to finish it and gets it up for the layup. Matthew Moores for the rebound and score. 14-10 is the score. The Jackrabbits lead this one by 4. It's 11 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Here is Zach Kraft. Kraft passes, loses the basketball, stolen away. Matthew Moores Headed the other way for the Jackrabbits. Moores back to Hadnot. Hadnot wide open three. That's off the rim. No good. Clough for the rebound. The Jackrabbits still in possession. Hadnot gets up there and he dunks it. Stoney Hadnot dunks on the Fighting Hawks. The bench empties over on the Jackrabbit sideline as a timeout is going to be initiated. It's a media timeout. It's 16-10. The Jackrabbits starting to light up here in Sioux Falls. 11 minutes, 25 seconds remain in the first half. We'll be right back after the media timeout here on Collegiate Sports.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Welcome back, Jackrabbit fans, in here to the Summit League tournament in Sioux Falls, the Denny Sanford Premier Center. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. Happy to have you here listening alongside me. The Jackrabbits on an 8-0 run of the last 2 minutes and 5 seconds. The Fighting Hawks not able to put any points on the board for the last 2 minutes and 47 seconds. And the Jackrabbits have been pretty dominant in the zone as Stoney Hadnot gets up and dunks it. And it's an and one for him. He's at the line now shooting one. He makes that one to cap off the three-point play for Stoney Hadnot. It's now 17-10, the Jackrabbits with the lead. 11 minutes and 20 seconds remain in the first half. Fighting Hawks with the basketball. It's Meyer Panome. Panome give to Kuhuljevic. Huljevic to Kraft. Back to Kuhuljevic. Kuhuljevic here to Panome. Panome quick to the basket inside the paint, up for two. Swatted down by Matthew Moores. Matthew Moores gets up there and bats that one out of bounds. Excellent defensive play there by Matthew Moores, the 6'7" junior from Yankton. Inbounding with 4.3 on the shot clock is the Fighting Hawks. Gets to Kuhuljevic, corner three for him. That's good for the Fighting Hawks. Ends their scoring drought. It's 17-13 now. The Jackrabbits up by 4. Underneath the basket, Oscar Clough up for two. That one's tipped away by the Fighting Hawks. That was Mara, and he's going to get a foul on that one. Mara with the foul. Fourth team foul for the Fighting Hawks in the first half. It's 17-13. Oscar Clough was in the process of scoring, so he's at the line shooting two. Clough's got his first. It's now 18-13 with 10:46 remaining in the first half. Clough's got one more at the line. That one's up the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Fighting Hawks. Headed the other way. Kuhuljevic, pass to Mara. Mara here to Panome. Panome to Kraft. Kraft across to Mayer. Kuhuljevic gets it to Mara. Mara up towards the rim, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Oscar Clough. Headed the other way, it's Seiler. Joe Seiler to Clough. The Jackrabbits with the basketball, give to Seiler. Seiler quick inside the three-point line, up for two. No good. Rebound by Clough. There's a whistle on the shot there. The Fighting Hawks are going to pick up another foul. Zach Kraft picks up that foul. That's his first foul. That's the 15th foul for the Fighting Hawks in the first half with 10-10 remaining in the first half. Joe Seiler at the line. He'll shoot two. It's currently 18-13 with the Jacks leading by 5. First for Seiler is good. Seiler is at the line. He's going to get another chance at it. That's his first point of the game. Seiler's second shot up and no good. Off the glass. Rebound by Oscar Clough. The Jackrabbits still possession. Seiler for three. That's cash. Joe Seiler. Joe Seiler with the three-pointer wide open with the assist from Oscar Clough. It's now 22-13. The Jackrabbits with a sizable lead here with 9 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the first half. It's Eaglestaff with the basketball with the Fighting Hawks. Going up against Gary. There's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Kuhuljevic underneath the basket against Oscar Clough. Can't find space. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Taken away by Matthew Moores on a bad shot by Kuhuljevic. Here is Jaden Jackson. Give to Seiler. Seiler get in trouble. He's got double teamed. Clough keeps it from getting stolen. Moore's up for two. No good. And there's going to be a foul. And there's a little bit of pushing and shoving after that one as Moore's got tied up with Kuhuljevic and Clough came in to protect his teammate. 22-13. The Jackrabbits lead this one by 9. With 9 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the first half. And it's Matthew Moores at the line shooting two. Moores has got 2 points and 4 rebounds through the start of this game. Clough having a good night so far. Clough's got 3 points as well as 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Moore's first is no good, but he makes his second. It's now 23-13 as the Jackrabbits lead by 10. Eli King with the basketball for the Fighting Hawks. Pass across to Kuhuljevic, who has the basketball now inside the paint. Give to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff up for two. That's a mid-range 2 jump shot. That's good for Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff now with 10 points through this game. It's 23-15. The Jackrabbits still on top. Matthew Moores give to Seiler on the left side. Here's Oscar Clough inside, just outside the paint on the left side, trying to push against defender here. Clough moving inside. Spin move for Clough. Up towards the basket, fighting for it. Clough gets it in for 2. 25-15, and Clough is having a good night. Jackrabbits up by 10. It's 8:30 remaining in the first half. Fighting Hawks with the basketball. It's Amar Kuhuljevic. Kuhuljevic give to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff for a deep 3. That's off the front of the rim short, and Moores gets up there for the rebound, fighting for that one. Here's Joe Seiler quick the other way on the turnaround. Up for 2. Seiler can't get it. Moores on the rebound. Oscar Clough to Jackson. In the corner, it's Seiler. Moving inside. Seiler all the way across. Moores for 3 from the corner. That's no good. Here's Meyer-Panome. Panome give to Dangmeyer. Dangmeyer inside the paint against 2 defenders on the Jackrabbits. Kuhuljevic outside the three-point line at center. Give to King. Deep 3 from King. That's off the rim. No good. It's Kalen Gary with the rebound. It's still 25-15. 7 minutes, 40 seconds remain in the first half. Oscar Clough, center three-point line just inside the line. Give to Joe Seiler for 3. No good. That one's off the rim. And they're going to say Clough touched it last before it went out of bounds. There was a couple players in there from both teams. The ref says that Clough touches it before it goes out of bounds. The Eagles will start with the basketball after the media timeout. We'll take a break with them. We'll be right back here for more action-packed basketball on Collegiate Sports.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course. You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
Summit League tournament. The men are playing right now. The Jackrabbits facing off against the North Dakota Fighting Hawks. It's 25-15. The Jackrabbits up by 10. 7 minutes, 31 seconds remain in the first half. Currently a trend for the Fighting Hawks as they can't seem to stop fouling. They've got 6 fouls so far through the first half. Only got one more to give until the Jackrabbits are in the bonus. The Jackrabbits only with one team foul through the first few minutes of this game. Fighting Hawks with a basketball. Trying to get some more points on the board. Dang Mayer up for two. That's good. 25-17 now the score. The Jackrabbits still lead this. Joe Saylor give to Hadnot. Here is Nate Barnhart, who just checked into the game. He's a senior for the Jacks. Here's Joe Seiler. Seiler fadeaway fake. Give to Wilkinson. Wilkinson back to Seiler, who's outside the three-point line on the far side. Give to Hadnot, center three-point line. Near side, Barnhart outside on the left side. Give to Hadnot. Hadnot quick inside. Wrap around dribble for Hadnot. Up for two. Unbelievable play by Stoney Hadnot. Hadnot's a freshman from Houston, Texas. Eagle staff for the Fighting Hawks up for two. No good, but there's going to be a foul here on the Jackrabbits. Joe Seiler is going to pick up his first foul. That's his second team foul of the first half for the Jackrabbits at the line. Shooting two, it's Trayson Eaglestaff. It's currently 27-17. The Jackrabbits lead it by 10. 6 minutes, 30 seconds remain in the first half. First one for Eaglestaff off the front of the rim, no good. Currently, Stoney Hadnot having a great game. He's got 5 points, 2 rebounds for the Jackrabbits. Second shot here for Eaglestaff is good. 27-18 now the score. The Jackrabbits lead this one by 9. 6 minutes, 26 seconds remain in the first half. Seiler give to Gary. Back to Seiler, back to Gary. Over to Hadnot on the far side. Tries to force it into Wilkinson. It's taken away by the Fighting Hawks. That was Meyer Panome. Panome gives to Trayson Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff with the basketball, shooting a deep three. That's good for Trayson Eaglestaff. 14 points on the board from Eaglestaff. It's 27-21. The Jackrabbits on top by 6. Stoney Hadnot give to Barnhart on the near side corner. Barnhart losing control of the basketball. Regains control, forces his way inside. Give to Wilkinson. Wilkinson up for two. Nothing but net for Damon Wilkinson. It's 29-21. The Jacks up by 8. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remain in the first half. Here is Eli King. King to his left side, gives to Mara. Mara to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff moving up on the right side. Up for three. Eaglestaff keeps hitting those for the Fighting Hawks. Eaglestaff now responsible for 17 of the 24 Fighting Hawk points on the board. It's 29-24. The Jacks lead by 5. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remain in the first half. Wilkinson forcing his way inside the paint, off the arms of Hadnot and out of bounds. Hadnot was not looking for that basketball. He wasn't ready for the pass. It's 29-24. The Jacks lead by 5. Just over 5 minutes remain in the first half. Again, a stellar game for Trayson Eaglestaff on North Dakota. 17 points, 1 rebound for him through the start of this one. Eli King with the basketball, crossing half court now. King between his legs. Give to, Kahuljevic. Kahuljevic gets it stolen away by Jaden Jackson. The Jackrabbits with the basketball on the far side. It's Jaden Jackson. Jackson moving towards center. Spin around to the far side. Clough at center, three-point line. Clough to the near side. Hadnot. Hadnot inside for Clough. Clough spin move against the defender, and he dunks it. Oscar Clough off the rim. 31-24. The Jackrabbits lead by 7. Oscar Clough with the dunk. 4 minutes, 27 seconds remain in the first half. There's a whistle. Trayson Eaglestaff picks up his first foul. That's the 7th team foul for the Fighting Hawks. Hadnot inbounds. Gives to Jackson. Here's Kalen Gary on the far side. Gary moving into the corner on the far side. Trying to force his way in now. Looking for the basket outside to Isaac Lindsey. Lindsey out back to Gary. Gary for three from the corner. That's cash. Kalen Gary. Kalen Gary gets the three. He's got 9 points on the night and 4 rebounds. It's 34-24. The Jacks regain the sizable lead. Just under 4 minutes remain in the first half. A whistle stops play. Jaden Jackson picks up a foul. That's the 3rd team foul of the first half for the Jackrabbits. 34-24 is the score. The Jacks up by 10 with 3 minutes 57 seconds to go in the first half. We'll be right back here on Collegiate Sports after this.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings Park West. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, Park West is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. Park West is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back, Jackrabbit fans, into the Summit League tournament in Sioux Falls. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. Happy to have you here with me. Currently, it's score city for both these teams as the Jackrabbits have made 4 of their last 4 field goals. The Fighting Hawks 3 of their last 3. Both teams can't miss right now. We're going to see what happens. The Fighting Hawks about to inbound the basketball in Jackrabbit territory after a foul by Jaden Jackson. Looking to inbound, it's Darius Woodson. Woodson, bad pass, gets away from the Fighting Hawks. Regained control by Trayson Eaglestaff. Had to hustle for that one. Dang Mayer, give to Kuljevic. And this one out to Woodson. Woodson for 3, no good off the rim. Stoney Hadnot for the rebound. Give to Kalen Gary. Kalen Gary quick across half court. Give to Jaden Jackson for 3. That's off the rim, no good. Rebound that time by Kahuljevic. With the basketball now, it's Eaglestaff and the Fighting Hawks. Eaglestaff give to Woodson. Woodson to Panone. Panone between his legs and back outside to Woodson. Woodson up for 3, no good. Rebound by Oscar Clough. Clough give to Jaden Jackson, who's on the far side now, dribbling between his legs, quick inside the paint. Jackson steps out, give to Isaac Lindsey for 3. That's off the rim, takes a bad bounce right into the arms of Darius Woodson. Woodson to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff moves it across half court now. Eaglestaff tries to pass out, that one's up for Jaden Jackson, who gets an arm on it, that right back into the hands of Eaglestaff. Now the Fighting Hawks up for 2 and forcing his way inside. It's Mayer Padome, and he's going to get an and 1 after the bucket. Kalen Gary picks up his first foul. That's the 4th team foul for the Jackrabbits in the first half. Currently it's 34-26 as the Jackrabbits lead this one by 8. There's 2 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the first half. Shooting an and 1 now for the Fighting Hawks. It will be Mayer Padome. Padome at the line. He has 2 points through this game. Can't make it 3 as it's off the front of the rim. Rebound by Oscar Clough. Isaac Lindsay, the senior, on the near side. Give to Clough, center 3-point line. Clough moving inside. Give to Seiler. Seiler moving out to the near side corner. Give to Moores. Lindsay on the far side corner. Lindsay get back to Moores. Here's Gary, center 3-point line. Up for Clough. Clough dunks it again. Clough able to get up there. Oscar Clough is 6'11". It's 36-26 now as the Jackrabbits lead by 10. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remain in the first half. Fighting Hawks with the basketball up towards the rim. It's Dang Mayer. No, excuse me, that is Mayer Padome. Padome fouled on the shot attempt. That was Isaac Lindsay with that foul. That's the 5th team foul for the Jackrabbits. With 2 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the first half. Padome at the line, shooting 2. Padome missed his first free throw earlier for the and 1. He's able to make his first here. Padome with the second shot up, and that one's no good. Rebound by Oscar Clough. And there's going to be a foul right away there as 2 defenders tried to take it away from Clough. Dangmare with a foul there. That's the 8th team foul for the Fighting Hawks. And the Jackrabbits are already in the bonus. Clough headed the other way to shoot 2. It's 36-27. The Jackrabbits lead by 9. 2 minutes, 3 seconds remain in the first half. Clough at the line. First is good. He gets another one. Oscar Clough now with 10 points in the night. Looking for a few rebounds to get a double-double. He currently has 6. Clough at the line for his second shot. That's up and good for Oscar Clough. Clough is now 3 for 4 on free throws. With the basketball now, it's Reggie Thomas for North Dakota. Here is Kahuljevic. Kahuljevic give to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff step back 3 is good, and it's going to be an and 1 here off the 3-pointer. Eaglestaff having a tremendous game. He now has 20 points through this one, and he's going to go to the line for a 4-point play, potentially. Eaglestaff is 7 for 10 on field goals and 5 for 8 on 3-pointers. Fans aren't liking the replay on the video board of the foul. A little bit of a flop there by Eaglestaff, but he's at the line for a 4-point play anyways. That one's not going to do it. It's off the front of the rim. 38-30. The Jackrabbits leading by 8 with 1:43 remaining in the first half. Joe Seiler on the far side. Give to Isaac Lindsay. Isaac Lindsay forces his way past the defender to Clough. Back to Seiler. Seiler bounce past Clough. Clough outside. Looking outside. He's in trouble. Double team. Morris tries to go for the layup. That's swatted out of the air by Eli King. And going the other way, it's Trayson Eaglestaff on the far side. Eaglestaff quick to inside the paint. Up for 2. It's good. It inside of the box. It's 38-32. The Jackrabbits lead by 6. 1:09 remaining in the first half. Jaden Jackson on the far side. Getting double teamed now. Jackson trying to move his way inside. Gives to Moores. And there's going to be a whistle stopping the play there. Reggie Thomas picks up his first foul. That's the 9th team foul for the Fighting Hawks. It's going to put the Jackrabbits into the bonus plus. And Jackson at the line. the Jackrabbits going to need one more foul to get in the bonus plus. Jackson not able to make his first, in the Fighting Hawks with the rebound. Reggie Thomas. It's 38-32. The Jackrabbits leading by 6. Under a minute now remains in the first half. Here is Dang Mayer for the Fighting Hawks. Matthew Moore's on the defense. He's at center 3-point line. Mayer to his right. That's to Kulhujevic. And there's going to be a foul here on the Jackrabbits. And the fans aren't happy. Eric Henderson, the head coach for the Jacks, not happy about that one either. And it's going to send Eagle staff to the line, as now that's the 7th team foul for the Jackrabbits, putting the Fighting Hawks into the bonus here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Eagle staff at the line, his first is good. It's 38-33. The Jacks leading by 5 now. Eagle staff at the line gets a second shot. Eagle staff shot is up. No good off the back of the rim on rebound by Oscar Clough. 40 seconds remains in the first half as it's 38-33. Jacks up by 5. Stoney Hadnot on the far side. Bounce pass inside Oscar Clough. Clough working against the defender. Hadnot moving inside, looking for a pass. Give to Moores. Moores to Lindsay. Lindsay for a wide open 3. That's no good. And rebounded that time by the Fighting Hawks. That was Dang Mayer. Mayer to Eagle staff. 19.3 remains in the first half. And it's still 38-33 as the Jackrabbits lead it by 5. Currently, North Dakota is on a 6-0 run of the last minute and 27 seconds. And the University of North Dakota is going to take a timeout. We'll take a short break with them. We'll be right back here on Collegiate Sports after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
Right back into action here as the Fighting Hawks inbound it. Here with 12 seconds remaining in the first half. The Fighting Hawks going to wind down the time. There's no time on the shot clock. They are going to let this one run down. They're going to take one more shot. Eagle staff for 3, no good. Rebound by Hadnot. And that's the end of the first half. Fighting Hawks getting back into it near the end on a 6-0 run of last minute 38. It's 38-33. The Jackrabbits lead it by 5 at halftime. And it'll be about 15 minutes till the start of the second half. It's a good game here in Sioux Falls. Make sure you stick with me here on Collegiate Sports. We're going to have a halftime report here coming up in a few minutes. And then a full another half of basketball here in the Summit League tournament. Make sure you stick around. We'll be right back after the break for the halftime report.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no, 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 no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning, the cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome into the Collegiate Halftime Report here in the Denny Sanford Premier Center in Sioux Falls for the Summit League Men's Basketball Tournament. Day number 2 of our coverage here. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. So happy to have you here along for this ride with me. It's currently 38-33 at halftime. The Jackrabbits lead it by 5. Got about 10 minutes left here of halftime, and then we'll be right back for the second half of this one, which is gearing up to be a really good game. A couple great plays up front. Already 3 dunks in this one. 2 coming from Oscar Clough and 1 from Stoney Hadnot. An amazing play by Hadnot. Taking a look at some team stats through the first half. The North Dakota Fighting Hawks are shooting 41% on field goals. They're 12 for 29. They're shooting 38% on three-pointers. They're 6 for 16 on those. They're also not doing so well from the free throw line. They're shooting 38% on the free shots, 3 for 8 for North Dakota. On the other hand, the Jackrabbits doing a little bit better on shooting. They are 45% on field goals, 15 for 33 there. But the Jacks are in a deficit when it comes to three-pointers. They're only shooting 15% from outside the three-point line. They're 2 for 13 there. For free throws-wise, the Jackrabbits shooting 60%. They're 6 for 10 on the free shots. Taking a look at some individual stats for North Dakota. It's really been all Trayson Eaglestaff for UND. He has 23 of the 33 points for the Fighting Hawks. He's 8 for 12 on field goals. He is 5 for 9 on three-pointers and 2 for 5 from the line. He's got 1 rebound and 2 assists as well. So it's really all Trayson Eaglestaff when it comes to North Dakota. Some other players of note, Marko Huljevic, he has 5 points. He's 2 for 4 on field goals, 1 for 1 on three-point shots. He also has 6 rebounds and 1 assist. Taking a look at over on the South Dakota State side of things, it's really been the Oscar Clough show as far as it goes for the Jackrabbits. He's got 11 points through the first half. He's 4 for 5 on field goals, 2 of those being dunks, and 3 for 4 on free throws for Clough. He's also got 8 rebounds and 2 assists, so well on his way to getting another double-double here in the postseason. Other players of note for the South Dakota State Jackrabbits, Kalen Gary doing very well throughout the first half. He's got 9 points. He's 4 for 6 on field goals, 1 for 3 on three-point shots. He's also got 4 rebounds and 1 assist for Gary. Looking around at the other high-scoring players, Stoney Hadnot had that dunk, an amazing play by Hadnot. He is excellent at dribbling the ball, excellent handling skills for Stoney Hadnot. He's got 5 points. He's 2 for 4 and 1 for 1 on free throws. He also has 4 rebounds and 1 assist through this one. Joe Seiler's got 4 points, as well as Matthew Moore's with 3. Matthew Moore's also with 5 rebounds and 1 assist through the first half. Isaac Lindsay, the senior's on the board. He's got 2 points and an assist, as well as Damon Wilkinson, the big man inside. He's got 4 points. He's 2 for 2 on field goals. He's got 1 rebound as well. Nate Barnhart got some playing time out there. He's another big man out on the court for the Jackrabbits. He's a junior this year. He's 7 foot tall from Lexina, Kansas. But I believe he will be graduating early this year. So this will be the last year on the team for Barnhart. But that's the stats for the Jackrabbits and the game stats through the first half. Taking a look at what is on the way for the Summit League tournament. The winner of this game will play tomorrow, 25 minutes after Game 6. Game 6 begins at 7 p.m. That one will be Omaha, the number 1 seed, versus South Dakota, which just upset the Bison here in an amazing game right before this. Came down to the final seconds. And South Dakota moves on, the number 5 seed, to take on Omaha. That'll be Saturday, March 8th. That'll be Game 6 at 7 p.m. And then 25 minutes after Game 6 will be the game where the Jackrabbits have a chance to go to. It'll be the number 2 seed, St. Thomas, taking on either the Jackrabbits or North Dakota, whoever wins this one. And then that game, again on Saturday, to go to the Summit League Championship for the men. Earlier today, on the women's side of things, couple wins for, North Dakota gets a win over St. Thomas, and that was going to be a upset there. North Dakota, the number 5 seed, over again, and another upset. Kansas City defeats North Dakota State. That's the number 6 seed over the number. Women's side of things, it'll be Oral Roberts versus Kansas City, the number 2 seed versus the number 6 seed. That'll be 25 minutes after Game 6, and Game 6 will be the South Dakota State game versus the University of North Dakota. That'll be at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. We'll have that for you here tomorrow on Collegiate Sports. And then right after that one is the Oral Roberts Kansas City game. And again, those 2 games to go to the championship, the semifinals there. Well, as both teams begin to retake the court, you hear the Jackrabbit anthem playing in the background here I'll take another break. We got about 3 minutes, 30 seconds until the tip-off of the second half, and we'll have it here for you on Collegiate Sports. It's 38-33. The Jackrabbits by 5. We'll be right back for the second half after this.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back into the Denny Sanford Premier Center for the Summit League tournament here in Sioux Falls. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. So happy to have you here alongside me for this one. It's a great game so far through the first half. The Jackrabbits lead it by 5. It's 38-33, and we're just about to tip off the second half here. North Dakota will start with the basketball. It will be Mamburo Mara inbounding here for the green. Fighting Hawks with the basketball. It's Meyer Panome. Panome moving to the far side against Gary, passing here to Eli King. Here to Kahuljevic. Kahuljevic back to Panome. Panome to Eaglestaff into Kahuljevic. That's taken out of his hands by Oscar Clough. He tried to go for the dunk, got denied there. Matthew Moores on the takeaway and score. Moores on the turnover, able to capitalize quickly. It's now 40-33. The Jacks up by 7. The Fighting Hawks tried to get fancy there with the dunk, and Oscar Clough takes it right out of his hands. Eli King shooting 2. A fadeaway shot is good for the North Dakota. It's 40-35 now. The Jacks up by 5. 19 minutes remain in the the second half. This to Seiler. Seiler to Clough inside the paint. Clough working against defender. Spin move up towards the basket. Up for Moores. Moores no good, but there's going to be a foul there on Matthew Moores. 21. Memburo Mara picks up the foul for North Dakota. That's their first foul of the second half. Matthew Moore's at the line shooting 2. North Dakota got into some foul trouble in the first half. They had 9 team fouls. Moore's at the line, can't make his first one. There's 18:54 remaining in the game. It's 40-35. The Jacks up by 5. Moore's second shot here is up and good. Matthew Moore's makes the second, and it's 41-35 now. The Jacks lead by 6. Fighting Hawks with the basketball. Here is King giving to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff for 3. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Fighting Hawks. That was Panome. Panome steps outside the three-point line. Moves in now against Gary. Spin move. Pass out to King. King for the corner. Inside for Meyer. Meyer loses control of the basketball. Down on the ground. Eaglestaff picks it up. 5 seconds. Poked away by Jaden Jackson. Picked up by King. King for 3. That's an air ball. Hit the bottom of the net, actually. Here's Jaden Jackson on the turnover. Quick the other way. And it's Matthew Moore's leaping for the dunk. Everybody on their feet here. And Denny Sanford as Moore's electrifies the crowd. It's 43-35 after the dunk by Moore's. The Jackrabbits lead by 8. And a steal by Kalen Gary. Headed the other way, and a whistle stops play as Panome fouls Gary in the progress of stealing. Second team foul for the Fighting Hawks. Gary with the takeaway there. He's going to inbound it. It's still 43-35. The Jacks lead by 8, and it's 17:50 remaining in the second half. Here is Joe Seiler. Seiler to Jackson. Jackson inside the paint. There's going to be a foul here. Amar Kuhuljevic is responsible for the foul. And inbound to Gary here. The Jackrabbits with the basketball almost over the head of Jaden Jackson. He regains control of the basketball. Back to Gary. Gary on the near side corner for 3. Kalen Gary off the rim. No good. Oscar Clough pokes it out. Seiler for 3. No good. Kalen Gary almost rebounds that one. And it goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Fighting Hawks. And the Jackrabbits will inbound. 17:26 remains in the game. It's 43-35. The Jacks up by 8. Looking to inbound, it's Joe Seiler. Seiler in for Clough. Clough bounce pass to Gary at center three-point line. Here to Seiler on the near side. Bounce pass in, Clough. Clough working against 2 defenders. Up for 2, Oscar Clough. 45-35. Clough makes it happen, and the Jacks lead by 10 with 17:10 remaining in the game. It's Eaglestaff with the basketball. This one to Kuhuljevic. Kuhuljevic working against Clough, and there's going to be a travel for the Fighting Hawks. Matthew Moore's looks to inbound for the Jackrabbits. Still 45-35. Jacks by 10. 17 minutes remain in the game. Here's Joe Seiler on the near side. Give to Jaden Jackson. Jackson, spin move outside the three-point line, moving inside the paint. Now Jackson working towards the basket. Pass out to Kalen Gary. Gary's on the far side. Gary moving quick inside the paint now. Fadeaway shot for Gary, no good. Leaping for the rebound, Meyer Panome. Panome moving up the near side. In the near side corner, Panome inside the paint now. Up for 2, taken away, Oscar Clough with the rebound there. Here's Gary. Gary quick to the rim, up for 2. Gary gets in front of the defenders there, and a whistle. It's 47-35 as the Jackrabbits now lead it by 12. 16:25 remains in the second half. North Dakota on a scoring drought of the last 2 minutes and 47 seconds. And the Jackrabbits on a 7-0 run of the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Jackrabbits able to stay on top here at the beginning of the second half with 16:25 remaining in the game. It's 47-35. The Jacks by 12. Taking a look at who's making it happen for the Jackrabbits. Kalen Gary out there on the court right now has got 11 points. He's 5 for 9 on field goals. He's 1 for 4 on three-pointers. He also has 6 rebounds and 2 assists for this Jackrabbits team. Oscar Clough out there, the leading scorer currently for the Jackrabbits, has 13 points. He's 5 for 7 on field goals and 3 for 4 on free throws. He also has 9 rebounds, 1 away from that double-double, and 2 assists. Oscar's also got 1 block on the floor. Leading the team in assists is Joe Seiler with 2. On the other side of the ball, still got to watch out for Trayson Eaglestaff. He's got 23 points for North Dakota of their total 35. He's got 8 for 13 on field goals, 5 for 10 on three-pointers, and 2 for 5 on free throws. Eaglestaff also has 1 rebound and 2 assists. Leading the team in rebounds for UND, it is Kahuljevic with 6. Currently, the three-point percentage for the Jackrabbits sits at a low 13%. We're 2 for 15. Got to start making three-pointers through this one, but the Jackrabbits still on top. Starting with the basketball after the timeout, it's the Fighting Hawks. Darius Woodson will inbound here. Give to Meyer Panome. Panome across half court now. Panome move to the far side. Pass across. Woodson. Woodson to King. King back to Panome. Panome against Gary. Panome pass over to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff for 3. Deep 3 from center. No good off the rim. Oscar Clough tears it away. It's going to be a whistle. There's going to be a foul here on number 5. That is Dang Mare. It was announced incorrectly in the stadium. Dang Mare picks up the foul. It's 47-35 with 15:59 remaining in the second half. We have a media timeout here. We'll take it with them. Be right back after the break on Collegiate Sports.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back after the media timeout to the Denny Sanford Premier Center here in Sioux Falls for the Summit League tournament. Right now, it's Saylor giving to Oscar Clough. Saylor's got it outside the three-point line now. Saylor out, Matthew Morse. Matthew Morse for 3. That's off the rim, no good. Clough with a rebound. Second chance for Clough, no good. Rebound again for Clough, and that time he's fouled. Currently, it's 47-35. The Jackrabbits on top of this one with 15:42 remaining in the game. Oscar Clough will be at the line shooting 2. Currently, North Dakota's on a scoring drought of the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The Jackrabbits on a 7-0 run of the last 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Clough able to make his first. He now has 14 points through this one. Clough at the line. He'll get another one. Second shot up for Clough. That's also good. It's now 49-35. The Jackrabbits lead this one by 14. UND with the basketball. It's Darius Woodson giving to Eli King. King back to Woodson. Woodson to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff on the far side, three-point line, shooting for 3. That's nothing but net for Trayson Eaglestaff. He now has 26 of the 38 UND points. Whistle stops play here. It's 49-38. The Jackrabbits on top. 15-16 remains in the second half. Oscar Clough with a foul that time. That's the first team foul for the Jackrabbits in the second half. Inbounding for UND, it's Darius Woodson. Woodson gives to Panome. Panome to King. King back to Panome. Panome on the near side. Panome moves inside, gives. Back to King. King spin move inside the paint. Give to Panome. Stoney Hadnot on the defense. Gets the stop there. There's going to be a jump ball. Jackrabbit possession. The Jacks will inbound. Stoney Hadnot able to force the jump ball there. Hadnot goes to inbound. 14:58 remains in our game here, the first round of the men's tournament for the Jackrabbits. 49-38 still the score. Jacks on top. Joe Seiler on the near side. Give to Lindsey, the senior. Lindsey inside. Lindsey back out, Seiler. Seiler for 3. That's off the rim, no good. Clough trying to force in the rebound, and he instead forces it out of bounds. Last touched by Oscar, and UND will inbound. It'll be Darius Woodson. Head coach Eric Henderson talking to the ref there. And UND still inbounds. Meyer Panome. Panome on the near side corner, moving inside the three-point line, passing out to Woodson. Woodson for 3. That's off the front of the rim, taken away by Oscar Clough on the rebound. Here is Seiler. Give to Lindsey in the corner on the far side. Back to Oscar Clough, center three-point line. Here's Jaden Jackson. Jackson moves inside the paint. Up for 2, no good. Too shallow. And UND ball as it was forced out of bounds by the Jackrabbits. It's still 49-38. The Jackrabbits on top by 11. 14-16 remains. Oscar Clough checking out of the game, gets an applause from the audience here. Kalen Gary subs in. Damon Wilkinson also in the game for the Jackrabbits at center. Headed the other way, it's Meyer Panome and the Fighting Hawks. Here's Eaglestaff on the near side. Given back to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff step back 3, that's off the rim, no good. Rebounded that time by Joe Seiler. Seiler is center three-point line, quick to the right side. Seiler inside the paint now, passing out Gary. Pass to Hadnot on his right. Here is Seiler on the right side. Moving inside the paint now, Seiler. Fade away jump shot. Up, no good. Hadnot tried to get up there for the rebound. He couldn't get a hold of it. Mayer gets the rebound for the Fighting Hawks. Eaglestaff on the near side. Moving into the corner. Passing all the way across, out through the hands of Mayer. Mayer is back by the logo. And now moving inside, it's King. King in the paint for 2. That's good for the Fighting Hawks. It's now 49-40. The Jackrabbits up by 9. 13-18 remains in the game. Kalen Gary on the far side, outside the three-point line, getting double teamed now. Needs to get a pass out. Get to Wilkinson. Wilkinson to Lindsey. Lindsey to Hadnot on the near side 3. Hadnot moving in now. Dancing with the basketball into Wilkinson. Wilkinson gets it taken away by Meyer Panome. And other way, it's Eaglestaff up for 2. Takes a bad bounce for him. And he's able to get his own rebound. A whistle stops play, and there's going to be a foul on the Jacks. It's Isaac Lindsay this time. Second team foul for the Jackrabbits of the second half. 12:49 remains, and it's 49-40 as the Jackrabbits up by 9. Wilkinson checks out. Oscar Clough back in for the Jacks. Inbounding for the Fighting Hawks, it's Eli King. He gets it into Eaglestaff. He's on the far side outside the three-point line. Kalen Gary on the defense. In Eaglestaff, up for 2, off the glass and no good. Whistle. Again, there's going to be a foul. It's going to be foul. On the Fighting Hawks. And it will be Hadnot inbounding. Give to Jaden Jackson. An offensive foul there for the Fighting Hawks. Isaac Lindsay tries to get it over to Oscar Clough. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Mampuro Mara. Jackrabbits will inbound. It will be Jaden Jackson looking to inbound in Fighting Hawk territory. He finds Gary. Gary's on the near side 3. Gary to his left in towards the paint. Up for the basket. No good. Hadnot tries to get the rebound. Fight up and a whistle. There's going to be a foul here on the Fighting Hawks. Mambura Mara picks up that foul. It's his 4th foul of the game. 6th team foul for the Fighting Hawks. Jackson will inbound in Fighting Hawk territory once again, right in the same spot. Jackson looking in. Get to Gary. Mid-range 2 for Gary. No good. A whistle. And again, there's going to be a foul. And it's on Mara. That's his 5th foul of the game. Mara doesn't really have anything on the board. He's got 1 steal and only 9 minutes in the game for the Fighting Hawks. Mara's got to get checked out here. He's got 5 fouls now. 49-42. The Jackrabbits up by 7, and Oscar Clough will go to the line. Now the Jackrabbits in the bonus as the Fighting Hawks have 7 team fouls with 12:19 remaining in the game. Clough at the line. He's had some success from the line today. Clough is currently 5 for 6 on free throws. He makes it 6 for 7. Interestingly enough, the Jackrabbits are 0 for 7 of the last couple of field goals. Clough able to sink the second shot. The Jackrabbits no field goals the last 4 minutes. Clough makes both. It's 51-42 now. The Jackrabbits on top. 12-11 remains in the game. Here is Trayson Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff on the near side. Moving to his right. Step back 3 for Eaglestaff. That's in for Eaglestaff. He now has 31 of the 45 North Dakota points. It's 51-45. The Jackrabbits on top by 6. 11:47 remains. Kalen Gary with the basketball. Give to Jackson on his right. Pass to the right again. It's Hadnot. There's a whistle. Foul on the Fighting Hawks again. It's Dangmare. The Fighting Hawks really getting into foul trouble here through this one. Had 9 fouls in the first half. Now have 18 fouls in the second half, as well as Mamburo Mara having 5 personal fouls. He's out of the game. .11:39 remains. It's 51-45. The Jackrabbits lead it by 6. We're now in a media timeout. We'll take a break with them. We'll be right back after this on Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back to the Denny Sanford Premier Center here for the Summit League Tournament. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. Thanks for listening. Currently, it's 51-45. The Jackrabbits on top by 6. 11:39 remains in this one. Stoney Hadnot at the line. He'll shoot 2 as the Jackrabbits are on the bonus, and the Fighting Hawks have 8 team fouls through the second half. Have really struggled with fouls through this one. Currently, the Jackrabbits on a field goal drought. They haven't scored a field goal in the last 4 minutes, 46 seconds. Hadnot makes one, but not the second. It's now 52-45. Jackrabbits leading by 7. 11:30 remains. It's Eli King giving to Kahuljevic. Kahuljevic to Eaglestaff. Deep 2 from Eaglestaff. That's good. It's now 52-47. The Jacks lead by 5. Matthew Moores to Hadnot. Hadnot's near side three-point line. Here is Gary. Gary across to Jaden Jackson. Jackson's far side three-point line. Jackson spin move inside. Pass out to Gary. Gary center three-point line. Step back 3 from Gary. That's short. Oscar Clough keeps it in bounds, but it gives it right to the Fighting Hawks. Gary's there for the defense against Eaglestaff, and it's Stoney Hadnot who gets up there and tips it down. But it's not going to matter as Hadnot gets too high up there, and it's going to be a no score there. The Jackrabbits inbound. And it will be Kalen Gary. Gary Moores trying to stole away from Deng Mayer, and there's going to be a foul. That's Mayer's foul. That's the 9th team foul for the Fighting Hawks now. 52-49. The Jacks by 3. I think there was a goaltending maybe on Hadnot potentially earlier there. Not sure exactly what took place, but there was definitely some intervention by the officials there. And the Fighting Hawk fans in the building were happy, so I can assume it was bad for the Jacks. Moore is able to make both of his free throws there. He now has 11 points on the night. 10 points in the night. It's now 54-49. The Jackrabbits lead by 5 with 10 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Fighting Hawks with the ball. It's Eaglestaff for 3. That's off the rim and no good. Leaping for the rebound, it was Hadnot. There's going to be a whistle. Hadnot made collision with Eli King in the air. There's going to be a foul on Hadnot. 3rd team foul for the Jackrabbits. And the replay is up there, and the fans don't like it. Fighting Hawks inbound. Here comes a three-point shot, Eaglestaff. That is nothing but net for Trayson Eaglestaff. He now has 38 points tonight. It's 54-52. Jacks by 2. Jaden Jackson to the basket. Nothing there. There's a whistle. It's a foul. The Jackrabbits haven't been able to put a field goal in the basket in 6 minutes and 26 seconds. But after that foul, that's the 10th team foul for the Fighting Hawks. That puts the Jackrabbits into the bonus plus. Jackson at the line, shooting 2. First is good after a lucky bounce. It's now 55-52. The Jackrabbits by 3. Under 10 minutes remain in the game. Jaden Jackson at the line. He'll get another shot here. Jackson up and good. It's now 56-52. The Jacks by 4. 9 minutes, 50 seconds remain in the game. It's coming down to the wire. The Fighting Hawks with a basketball. Everybody on their feet here in Denny Sanford. Trayson Eaglestaff has the basketball. Got to get some more defenders on this guy. Kalen Gary and the defense now. Here's a deep 3 from Eaglestaff off the rim, no good. The Jacks can't get the rebound. Here's King for 3. That's good for Eli King and the Fighting Hawks. It's 56-55 as the Jackrabbits only up by 1 now with 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Here's Seiler. Seiler inside. The paint bounce pass to Clough. Clough working against the defender. Spin move inside. Clough flings it up. There's going to be a travel on Oscar Clough. The Fighting Hawks will inbound after the travel by Clough. It's Darius Woodson looking to inbound. It's 56-55. Jacks by 1. 9 minutes, 10 seconds remain in the game. All the Fighting Hawks fans standing now in Denny Sanford. Amar Kahuljevic. Give to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff for 3. That's off the rim, no good, and a whistle. It's going to be a foul here. Kalen Gary picks up his 3rd personal foul. That's the 4th team foul of the second half for the Jackrabbits. Under 9 minutes remain in the game. It's 56-55. Jackrabbits by 1. And it's Eaglestaff at the line, shooting 2. Eaglestaff first is good. Ties us up at 56 apiece. Eaglestaff gets to shoot 3 here. He's outside the three-point line when fouled. He gets one more after this. He makes his second. It's 56-57. North Dakota takes the lead. Third shot for Eaglestaff is good. He makes 3 for 3 there. Eaglestaff now with 41 of the 58 North Dakota points, and it's 58-56. Fighting Hawks by 2. Jaden Jackson in, Clough. Clough up towards the basket, and it's good for Oscar Clough as he gets the and 1. Clough for the and 1 ends the field goal drought. 7 minutes and 30 seconds of this game. The Jackrabbits went without scoring a field goal. Ended there by Oscar Clough on the layup, and he'll get the and 1. Currently, we sit in a review. They're currently reviewing this basket. The scoreboard hasn't changed. It's still 58-56. Jacks down by 2. If this basket counts, it'll be tied up at 58 apiece, and Oscar Clough will go to the line for the and 1. Currently, the referee's at the scoring bench talking to the replay officials. Got to talk about Trayson Eaglestaff, number 52 for North Dakota. He has 41 of the 58 North Dakota points. That is unbelievable. That's unheard of. He is 14 for 24 on field goals. He is 8 for 16 on three-pointers and 5 for 8 at the line. He has 2 rebounds and 2 assists. An amazing game for Trayson Eaglestaff. He's practically out there doing it himself. Still reviewing this one. Out there. Yes, fans still having a good time here in Denny Sanford. They just got an amazing game before this. The North Dakota State South Dakota game ended 85-84 in South Dakota's favor. An upset there, coming down to the final second on the clock. And now getting this game here, North Dakota versus South Dakota State, tied up at 58 apiece right now with 8 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. What an amazing 2 games here in the Summit League tournament. Amazing basketball here. You can find it in Sioux Falls. It's always sold out here, every chair filled in the Denny Sanford. Officials ready to make an announcement here. And we'll see what happens with this one. Looks like we're not going to have a flagrant foul. They were looking at whether it wanted to be a flagrant foul, and they were reviewing that. They called no flagrant foul, but Oscar Clough still at the line for an and one. We're tied up at 58 apiece. Oscar Clough with the opportunity to take the lead here. Oscar Clough can't do it. We're still tied up at 58 apiece. That one was short. Trayson Eaglestaff with the basketball on the near side for the Fighting Hawks. He quick to his right, into the paint, up for 2. Eaglestaff can't do it. Taken away by Oscar Clough on the rebound. Clough looks for space, finds Jaden Jackson. Jackson near side for Stoney Hadnot. Hadnot spin move into the paint, almost loses his footing and passes out to Oscar Clough. Clough looks like he's going to shoot for 3, and he doesn't. Passes over to Kalen Gary. Gary up for 2. No good there, and it's rebounded that time by Zach Kraft. Head the other way, it's Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff, center three-point line, give to King. King for 3, that's in, and North Dakota takes the lead with King hitting a three-pointer. He now has 10 points. It's now 61-58. Jacks down by 3. 7:50 remains in the game. Jaden Jackson gives to Seiler. Seiler spin move inside, fadeaway, jump shot, rebound by Clough, and both those shots no good. Got the second chance, couldn't even make it happen. Rebounded by Eli King. Fighting Hawks slow to move across half court now. 7 minutes 30 remains in the game. It's 61-58. The Jackrabbits down by 3. Eaglestaff into Huljevic, and there's going to be a foul. Oscar Clough picks up a foul. That's his 3rd, and that's the 5th team foul for the Jackrabbits. It's still 61-58 as the Jackrabbits now down by 3 in this number 3 versus number 6 seed matchup in Sioux Falls. The Jackrabbits, the higher seed. 7 minutes, 22 seconds remains in this one. We're in a media timeout. We'll take it with them. Be right back here on Collegiate Sports for this amazing game after this.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings Park West. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back into Denny Sanford Premier Center for the Summit League Tournament. It's starting to heat up at the end of this one. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. So happy to have you here along for the ride. It's currently 61-58. The Jackrabbits just lost the lead. They're down by 3. 7:22 remains in this one, as North Dakota will start with the basketball here after the media timeout. Eli King to inbound. Inbound to Trayson Eaglestaff, who's been the star of this show. He's got 41 points for the the Fighting Hawks. Eaglestaff outside the three-point line, moving inside now. Gets it taken away by Moores, but Moores loses it out of bounds. 6 seconds on the shot clock. The Fighting Hawks have to inbound it and take a shot here. Eli King will be the man inbounding. Eli King gets it in to Kuhuljevic. Kuhuljevic shoots for 3, no good. Rebound by Matthew Moores. Jackrabbits headed the other way, trying to get some points on the board. 7 minutes remain in this one. Kalen Gary near side three-point line. Inside the paint now, Gary. Gary quick to the basket. Up for 2, Gary, no good. Clough tried to get the assist in there. A whistle, and there's going to be a foul. Zach Kraft with a foul there for the Fighting Hawks. The Fighting Hawks already have 10 team fouls, so the Jacks are on the bonus plus. Kalen Gary will go to the line and shoot 2. It's currently 61-58. Gary has a chance to narrow the deficit. Gary's first no good off the front of the rim. Really wanted to see that one go. Gary's second shot at the line is good. 61-59. The Jacks down by 2. The Fighting Hawks inbound with 6:51 remaining. Eli King. Jacks now with full court press. Jaden Jackson. Eli King passing around. It's outside the three-point line to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff moving in. Eaglestaff towards the paint. Out to Kuhuljevic. Kuhuljevic up for 2, no good, and there's going to be a foul on the Jackrabbits. It's Joe Seiler. Seiler's second personal foul. It's 61-59, and the Jackrabbits down by 2. It's 6:34 remaining in the game, and at the line shooting 2, Amara Kuhuljevic. Kuhuljevic to widen the lead of the Fighting Hawks. He makes his first. Second shot here for Kuhuljevic. Is up and good as well. It's 63-59. The Jacks down by 4. Joe Seiler with the basketball for the Jackrabbits. Basketball passed around. It's back to Seiler. Seiler on the near side. Bounce pass into Clough. Clough working against Kuhuljevic. Kuhuljevic, spin move for Clough. Out to Seiler in the corner. Seiler moves inside the paint. Passes out Gary. Gary for 3. That's off the rim, and Clough tries to get the rebound. He can't do it. It's in the hands of Kuhuljevic. And Trayson Eaglestaff with the basketball for the Fighting Hawks as they lead this game by 4 with 5:55 remaining. Eaglestaff outside the three-point line, moving to the right. 3-point for Eaglestaff, off the rim, no good. Rebound by Oscar Clough. Given to Seiler. Seiler's moving up the near side. Joe Seiler moving towards center three-point line inside the paint for Seiler. Passing out Moores for 3. That's off the rim, no good. And there's going to be a foul here as Clough was trying to get the rebound. Eli King picks up his first foul of the game. And it will be Oscar Clough at the line, shooting 2. Clough is currently 7 for 9 on free throws through this one. Couldn't make his first. The Jackrabbits have no field goals of the last 3 minutes and 13 seconds. The Fighting Hawks, no field goals of the last 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Here is the second shot from Clough. It's up and good. Much needed point for the Jacks. It's 63-60. Jacks down by 3. 5 minutes 30 remains in the game. Here is Trayson Eaglestaff moving up the far side as everyone starts to stand here wearing yellow and blue. King wide open for the 3. That's good. You can't leave him open like that. 13 points tonight for King. 66-60. Jacks down by 6. Kalen Gary outside the 3, moving inside the paint. Spin move for Gary towards the rim. It's off the glass. Rebound by Darius Woodson. And the Fighting Hawks headed the other way. It's Eaglestaff passing out wide open from the corner for 3. It's Zach Kraft. He drains that one. And it's now 69-60 as the Jackrabbits are starting to let this one fall away. 4 minutes, 50 seconds remains here in the first round for the Jacks. 69-60. The Jackrabbits need to get something going here. The Fighting Hawks on a 6-0 run of the last 30 seconds. The Jackrabbits, 0 field goals of the last 4 minutes. Need to get something going. South Dakota State calls a timeout. Waiting here for the end. The Jackrabbit field goal shooting percentage has definitely declined through this one. The Jacks now shooting 36%, 20 for 56, and 10% on three-pointers. They're 2 for 20. The Jacks can't win this one on free throws alone.
Jackson, what are we doing? Let's go.
Matthew Moores will inbound. Moores inbound to Joe Seiler. Seiler dribbling across half court now. The Jacks in a 9-point deficit, need to get something going right now. 4 minutes 40 remains. Matthew Moores, center three-point line. Pass to Gary. Gary deep inside to Clough. Clough can't make it happen. It's off the rim. It's still 69-60. And again, the ball is in the hands of Eaglestaff. Gary on the defense. Eaglestaff moving in now, shooting a deep 3. That's an air ball for Eaglestaff. And the crowd is letting them hear it. 69-60, still the score. The Jacks down by 9. It's 4:15 remaining in this one. Stoney Hadnot, the freshman, checks into the game for the Jackrabbits. Stoney's got 6 points and 6 rebounds through this one. Joe Seiler with the basketball. Quick inside for Seiler. Inside the paint. Looks to pass out. Gets to Gary. Gary for 3. Gary can't make that happen. The Jacks are not shooting well from the three-point line. Jacks now 2 for 21 from the three-point line. That is not a good shooting percentage. Whistle stops play. 4 minutes, 4 seconds remain in the second half. It's 69-60 still. Jacks are down. Just a stoppage here, as we're going to have a media timeout. The Jackrabbits still have 0 field goals in the last 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Something needs to change if you're the Jackrabbits. Let's see what Coach Eric Henderson has for the Jacks after the media timeout. We'll be right back on Collegiate Sports.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back, Jackrabbit fans, to the end of this very intense game in Denny Sanford Premier Center, the Summit League Tournament first round for the men's tournament. The Jackrabbits, the higher seed, now in a deficit underneath the North Dakota Fighting Hawks. The score is 69-60 with 3:52 remaining in the game. Media timeout coming to a close here. The Jackrabbits need to get something going. The Jacks have not scored a field goal in the last 4 minutes and 52 seconds. For reference, the Jacks are 0 of their last 8 attempts and 1 of their last 17 field goals. The Jacks also not shooting well from the three-point line. They're 2 for 21 there. Jacks really not shooting well in general. They're at 34% on field goals. Inbounding for the Fighting Hawks, it's Eli King. He gets it in to Kahuljevic. Kahuljevic to Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff is outside the three-point line, moving to the right side. Working against Gary. Eaglestaff has had a very productive game. Here is King. King gets it poked away by Gary, and it gets kicked out of bounds, and Gary forces the turnover. Good job by Kalen Gary. Stony Hadnot will inbound here to Joe Seiler. Seiler moving up the near side. Joe Seiler, head center three-point line, working off a screen from Oscar Clough. Seiler all the way across. Gary for three again. Gary can't make a three. That one's off the rim. Gary was open, and he couldn't make it happen. Gary is currently 1 for 8 on three-pointers. Headed the other way, there's a foul off that one, as the Jacks now have 17 fouls. It puts the Fighting Hawks into the bonus, and Zach Kraft is at the line shooting 2. He makes his first. It's all starting to fall apart here for the Jackrabbits. Second shot by Kraft is good as well. It's now 71-60 as the Jackrabbits down by 11, and they still haven't made a field goal. Here's Seiler shooting for 3. That's off the front of the rim. Rebound by Kalen Gary. Gary's got it center three-point line. Seiler moves inside the paint. Seiler looking for a fadeaway jump shot. That's no good. Taken away by Kahuljevic. The Fighting Hawks in control of the basketball once again as the clock now down to 3 minutes. It's 71-60. Jackrabbits down by 11. Kahuljevic to King. King over to Woodson. Woodson to Eaglestaff in the near side corner. Eaglestaff across to Woodson. Woodson inside the paint, up for 2. Wraparound 2 for Woodson. It's 73-60 as the Jacks now down by 13. Joe Seiler with the basketball. Need to get a field goal here if you're the Jackrabbits. Kaylee Gary inside the paint, kicks out. Jade Jackson for 3. That's off the rim, no good. And in front of the defenders there was Zach Kraft, but able to get back in time, the Jackrabbits. Here's Trayson Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff on the logo. Working against Kalen Gary. Eaglestaff has 41 points tonight. Eaglestaff quick to the rim, up for 2, and there's going to be a foul on the Jackrabbits. Jaden Jackson, his 4th foul. It's now 73-60. The Jacks down by 13. 2 minutes, 8 seconds remain. And at the line, shooting 2 is Trayson Eaglestaff. Eaglestaff, first one is up and no good. Took an unlucky bounce there. Still 73-60. Eaglestaff at the line, shooting, and that one's good for him. 74-60. The Jackrabbits down by 14. Need to get something going here. 2 minutes remain. Seiler quick to the basket, up for two, no good. Clough is there. There's going to be a foul. Darius Woodson picks up a foul. It's his second. 74-60 the score. 2 minutes, 1 second remaining. At the line, shooting two, Joe Seiler. You want to make both of these if you're Seiler. If you can't score a field goal, as the Jackrabbits. Seiler able to make that one. The Jackrabbits are 0 for 12 on their last attempts at field goals. And the Fighting Hawks on a 13-1 run over the last 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Taking a little wider look, the Jackrabbits are one of the last 21 field goals and on a scoring drought of the last 3 minutes as well. Ended there by Clough making both. Seiler making both of his free throws. Jacks playing full court press. And a steal by Clough. Jackrabbits in possession of the basketball. Jackson for three. No good there. Hit the rim and out. It's 74-62. As the Jackrabbits down in a game that they led for almost the entire first half. Jackson now with 5 personal fouls, the 9th team foul for the Jackrabbits. It's 74-62, and Jackson's got to get checked out. Jackson, a great three-point shooter for the Jackrabbits typically. Fouls out of this one. 74-62 at the line. It's Eaglestaff. He makes his first. Jackrabbits yet to score a field goal in the last 7 minutes. Eaglestaff at the line again. Able to make the second. It's now 76-62. And the Jackrabbits haven't made a field goal in the last 7 minutes. Will Joe Seiler do it here with a three-point shot? Nope, that's off the rim. Rebounded by Eaglestaff. And Lindsay's forced to foul. That's the 10th foul for the Jackrabbits. And the Fighting Hawks down the bonus plus. Eaglestaff will shoot two from the line. The Jackrabbits are shooting 8% on three-pointers. They're 2 for 26. The Jacks shooting 31% in general, 20 for 64. It's unbelievable. Minute 33 remains. It's 77-62. Eaglestaff able to make both of his free throws. 78-62 is the score. Jacks down. Seiler with it. Kick out Hadnot for three. Hadnot can't make that one. Oscar Clough rebound. Seiler for three. Seiler can't make that one. Oscar Clough rebound. There, Oscar Clough is fouled. Oscar Clough will go to the line. The Jacks just can't seem to score if it's not a free throw. And it's really not helping. The Jackrabbits unable to score a field goal the last 7 minutes, 26 seconds now. Oscar Clough at the line. Clough makes his first. Jackrabbits are 0 for 16 now on field goal attempts and 1 for 25 of their last 25. Clough makes his second. It's 78-64. The Jackrabbits down by 14. Inbounded now, it's Eaglestaff to King. King, Huljevic, all the way to Zach Kraft, who's wide open underneath the basket for two. It's now 80-64. Jacks down by 16, and they're unable to score a field goal. Joe Seiler has it. Kick out to Clough. Clough for three. Unbelievable. Oscar Clough can make a three-point shot. Get Oscar Clough shooting more from the corner, man. He's the only Jackrabbit that can make a three-point shot. Less than a minute remaining, and it's 80-67. The Jackrabbits lead. The Jackrabbits in a 13-point deficit. I'm sorry, I'm just a little frazzled. Oscar Clough pulls up from the corner for three. He is one of the three Jackrabbits to make a three-point shot tonight. Oscar Clough, Kalen Gary, and Joe Seiler, the only three players to hit a three-point shot. That ends the field goal drought for the Jacks. What a way to do it. But it's looking a little irredeemable now, as it's 80-67. in the first round of the Summit League tournament. And the Jackrabbits down by 13 with less than a minute remaining. Inbounding for the Fighting Hawks, it's Eaglestaff and Kaylin Gary forced a foul. 56.5 remains in the second half. That was Seiler who fouled there. He picks up his third personal foul. Eaglestaff goes to the line, he'll shoot 2. Trayson Eaglestaff accounts for 46 of the Fighting Hawks' 80 points. Eaglestaff makes his first. And his second. It's 82-67 now as the Jackrabbits are down with 53 seconds remaining. Kaylin Gary to Oscar Clough. Up for the dunk, no good off the rim. Oscar Clough can't make it happen. Whistle, though. It's going to be a foul. Darius Woodson picks up the foul. It's his fourth foul of the night. 48.9 seconds. Oscar Clough at the line. He'll shoot 2. North Dakota struggled with the foul this entire game, and the Jackrabbits just couldn't take advantage of it. They made the free throws, but they were unable to capitalize on baskets and three-point shots throughout the entire game, and it really hurt. Oscar Clough makes his first of 2. Second shot up for Clough is good as well. Oscar Clough now 27 points tonight. He also has 17 rebounds. Oscar Clough in the double-double. It's 82-69. The Jackrabbits down by 13. 45 seconds and counting. Trayson Eaglestaff just holding the basketball as Gary is on the defense. There's 15 seconds on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock. Eaglestaff up, turnaround, fade away, is in for 2, and Gary fouls him. He's going to get in an and 1 for Eaglestaff. Unbelievable. How are you fouling at this stage in the game, Kaylin Gary, if you're not going to foul right away at the start of the minute? You let 30 seconds tick off, you let them score, and you foul them for the and 1. It's 84-69. The Jackrabbits really down bad now. It's 26.5 seconds remaining, and it's not looking good. Eaglestaff makes the and 1. He's now responsible for 51 points on the board. It's safe to say that the Fighting Hawks couldn't have done it without him. And now Eaglestaff gets a big old hug from the head coach on the North Dakota side, Paul Sather, as he checks out of the game. And the Jacks just going to hold the ball. Joe Seiler holding it as the clock's going to tick all the way down here with 15 seconds remaining in the game. Seiler's going to let it close. What a terrible turn of events if you're the Jackrabbits. Unbelievable. The Jackrabbits upset here tonight, and Denny Sanford led for almost the entire first half and get trounced in the second half. 85-69 final score as the Jackrabbits. Is someone cutting onions in here? There's an upset. And another one here today, as we've had multiple through the women's bracket and the men's bracket. Actually, every game today has been an upset through the women's bracket and the men's bracket. All of them coming to an end here. All of the higher seeds losing on this Friday. It was just terrible shooting-wise if you're the Jacks. Field goal percentage at 31%. The Jacks 21 for 67. They shot 10% on the three-point shots, 3 for 29, and one of those players making the 3 was Oscar Clough pulling up from the corner. What a shot by Clough. The Jackrabbits 73% on free throws, 24 for 33 there. Definitely had opportunities to shoot from the line. Couldn't make it happen. Unbelievable. Well, we'll have our post-game show right here quickly as the Fighting Hawks celebrate on the court, flying the banner. Unbelievable. Taking a look at some stats through the game. The Fighting Hawks shot 76% on field goals. They were 27 for 59. Compare that to the Jacks, 31%, 21 for 67 on that side of the ball. Fighting Hawks shot 41% on three-point shots. They were 13 for 32. And it was Trayson Eaglestaff with 8 of those three-point shots. He was 8 for 18 on three-pointers. As well, again, three-point shots, 41% for the Eagles. They were 13 for 32. Compared to the Jackrabbits, only 10% from outside the three-point line. 3 for 29. That's atrocious. It was Joe Seiler, Kalen Gary, and Oscar Clough who made a three-point shot this game for the Jackrabbits. And that's just not how you win a basketball game. Free throw-wise, the Fighting Hawks shot 75%. They were 18 for 24 compared to the Jacks, 73%, 24 for 33 there. The Fighting Hawks had 10 turnovers compared to the Jackrabbits 6. The Fighting Hawks able to capitalize with 11 points off turnovers compared to the Jackrabbits 16 points off turnovers. Yeah, just a crazy game here. Trying to take a look at, we have scoring by period here. I want to take a look at that. Yes, so first half, our score was, excuse me, gotta look here. Believe, okay, let me take a look at the first period. Just trying to shuffle through the stats here. Okay, the score at halftime was 33-38 as the Eagles were able to rally at the end of that one. The Jacks still led by 5, and then it just completely fell on its head after halftime for the Jackrabbits. And final score here tonight, 85-69 as the Jackrabbits take a big loss here in Sioux Falls. And the Jackrabbits have struggled on the road the entire season. The Jackrabbits were 4-8 on the road and 13-1 at home. And this felt like a home game here in Sioux Falls with all the Jackrabbits fans here, but just couldn't pull it together. And the Jacks really couldn't beat the team in Grand Forks either. And when you take a look at these two teams' records, the Jackrabbits were 20-11 overall and 11-5 in the conference. And then you take a look at UND's record, and North Dakota was only 11-20 overall and 5-11 in the Summit League. So completely backwards. The Jacks 20-11, North Dakota 11-20, and a big upset here tonight. And what a game! Wow, for Trayson Eaglestaff. I mean, Eli King named to the all-defensive team, and he had a great game as well. But Eaglestaff really stepped it up when it came to UND. Let's take a look at some personal stats for North Dakota. Eli King, great game for him. He had 13 points. He was 5 for 8 on field goals, 3 for 6 on three-point shots. He also had 7 rebounds and 1 assist. Meyer Panome, he had 3 points tonight. Amar Kahuljevic, he had 7 points, 2 for 6 on field goals, 1 for 2 on three-pointers, 2 for 2 from the line. He also had 9 rebounds and 2 assists. Then you look at a guy like Trayson Eaglestaff, and he has the majority of the North Dakota points. He's got 51 points, all attributed to Trayson Eaglestaff, and he's 15 for 28 on field goals, 8 for 18 on three-point shots, 13 for 17 on the line, and he has 4 rebounds and 4 assists as well. What a game. That is, I have never heard of a player putting up 51 points in D1 basketball by himself, scoring the majority of the points for his team. An amazing game for him. Zach Kraft had 7 points tonight for UND. He shot 100% across the board. Kraft was 2 for 2 on field goals, 1 for 1 on three-pointers, and 2 for 2 from the line. He had 3 rebounds and 1 assist as well. Darius Woodson, he had 2 points. And Dang Meyer also with 2 points and 4 rebounds for UND. Taking a look at the Jackrabbits, there's really only one star player for the Jacks tonight, and that's Oscar Clough. He had 27 points for the Jacks. He was 7 for 12 and 1 for 1 on that three-point shot. What a shot from Clough pulling up from the corner. He was also 12 for 15 on free throws for the Jackrabbits. He had 17 rebounds and 2 assists. Oscar Clough gets another double-double to end out the season here in Sioux Falls. Other statistics for Jackrabbit players, Kalen Gary was the second leading scorer for the Jacks. He had 12 points. He shot 5 for 17 on field goals, 1 for 8 on three-point shots, 1 for 2 on free throws, 7 rebounds for Gary and 2 assists as well. Joe Seiler had 6 points tonight. He was 1 for 12 on field goals, 1 for 7 on three-point shots, and 3 for 4 on free throws. He also had 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Matthew Moores had 10 points tonight. He was 3 for 8, 0 for 3 on three-pointers, 4 for 6 on free throws, 7 rebounds for Moores, and 1 assist as well. Jaden Jackson had 2 points tonight. He was 0 for 7 on field goals, 0 for 6 on three-pointers, and 2 for 3 on free throws. Not a great night for Jaden Jackson. 1 rebound and 2 assists for him. He also fouled out. Isaac Lindsay, the senior, he had 2 points. He was 1 for 4. He was 0 for 2 from outside the three-point line, and he did not have a trip to the free throw line. He also had 1 assist. Stoney Hadnot had 6 points tonight. He was 2 for 5. He had an amazing dunk early on. Huge momentum swing in the first half for the Jackrabbits. He was 0 for 2 for three-pointers and 2 for 3 on the line. He also had 6 rebounds and 1 assist. Nate Barnhart had an assist out there tonight. And Damon Wilkinson had 4 points. He was 2 for 2 on field goals. 1 rebound for him as well. Those are the team stats. We knew this was going to be tough for the Jackrabbits coming in here, not having a great record on the road, coming into Sioux Falls here for the first round against a team that they lost 1-1, 1-2, and looked like they were going to dominate through the first half, and it really just swung around in the second half. I mean, Owen Larson had a season-ending injury earlier this season. He's an absolute stud, a freshman from Esterville, Iowa, and losing Owen Larson really, really did cost this team a lot of talent, and they weren't able to pull out a win without him. That's going to be the final score. It's 85-69. The Jackrabbits lose it here in the first round. Looking forward for Summit League men's tournament, the Jackrabbits get eliminated to North Dakota, so UND will play St. Thomas tomorrow. It will be Omaha, the number 1 seed, versus the University of South Dakota, the number 5 seed. That game will be at 7 p.m. And St. Thomas will play the University of North Dakota 25 minutes after that game, the number 2 seed versus the number 6 seed there in the semifinals. Looking forward to the women's tournament as the Jackrabbits are still alive in that one. Taking a look at the bracket here, we have the Jackrabbits playing tomorrow against the University of North Dakota again. So we got the number 1 seed taking on the number 5 seed at 12 p.m. here tomorrow. And then 25 minutes after the Jackrabbit game, the number 2 seed Oral Roberts will take on the number 6 seed Kansas City in a game in the semifinals as well. So crazy Friday. Every top seed lost today. North Dakota State eliminated by Kansas City, the number 3 seed versus the number 6 seed in the women's tournament. And St. Thomas, the number 4 seed, loses to the University of North Dakota, the number 5 seed in the women's tournament. And taking a look at the men's side, North Dakota State, the number 4 seed, loses to South Dakota in a nail-biter of a game right before this one. Upset there. And again here, South Dakota State loses as the number 3 seed to the University of North Dakota. So an upset here tonight, and the Jackrabbits will be eliminated as the number 3 seed against North Dakota. Looking forward to the women's tournament tomorrow, so we'll be here on Collegiate Sports at 12 p.m. for that game. Make sure you tune in for that one. South Dakota State taking on the University of North Dakota. So final score here tonight, the Jackrabbits not able to pull this one out. 85-69. Happy to have you here with me through this one. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it. The Jackrabbits just not able to get it done today. But as always, go big, go blue, go Jacks. I've been Ben Anderson for Collegiate Sports. Have a good night, everybody.